Charlotte, either you've been doing a Fred Astaire act that went wrong or a touch of the gout. What's happened?
Just thinking when you were talking about my father, lucky he didn't do this before the Berlin Olympics, didn't he?
Certainly. What have you done?
Well, when I went to see my surgeon, he said, "Which match have you been playing for, dear?" Because I so broke my knee inside that he said that most footballers have this, but not actresses.
A fall, was it?
A stupid fall, yes. And it went and everything broke inside. I've had a ligament transplant. I've had the lot.
Good Lord, how painful. And ironic, as you say, because your father was an Olympic sprinter. He featured in that Leni Riefenstahl documentary, didn't he?
That's right. He had a wonderful race, in fact, because the runner before him was in the relay, and the runner before him, Frank Wolf, was ill at the time and fell right back, and my father had to catch up a whole field, and it's shown in the film. It's extremely exciting.
And what medal did he get?
Gold.
Gold. Isn't that wonderful? This obviously has affected your future racing career.
Well, I think I'm going to have to reconsider, yes.
But you have dashed over here to help your husband, Jean-Michel Jarre, to get this concert off the ground in London's Docklands. You've had problems.
That's right. Well, we thought it was off the ground because everything was ready to go and the stage was built and all the enormous projections had been sort of put up and it was all ready to go, and then the Newham Council decided that they didn't want to give us the licence on traffic problems because there's a very small bottleneck that goes into the Docklands area. But this bottleneck they've known about for 4 years, it's always been there, and all the things that have been talked about in terms of security over the last year had all been talked about, and so to renege suddenly 2 weeks before when everyone was there, 200 people ready to do the show, was extremely devastating for everybody.
And Princess Di was to be involved?
That's right, yes.
And are you planning to take part yourself? Because you do sing.
And dance, but can't dance now. No, I don't take part actively. I'm behind the scenes this time.
Doesn't sound like you at all. So the situation is not hopeless?
It's not hopeless, no, and it could well be going ahead. And if it doesn't go ahead in the Docklands, we really will try and find somewhere else very quickly because they're outdoor shows and it's getting cold.
Last time I saw you on the screen was you came to a very gruesome end in Angel Heart.
You saw my heart.
Literally, yes. It was a most extraordinary sense of evil in that film. Did you feel it making it?
Yes, in fact. And we were in Louisiana, which is there's a kind of spooky feeling about that part of the world. It's an extraordinary part of the world. And we were in the French area of New Orleans, and they literally just sing and dance all the time in the streets, day and night, and they have a lot of rituals go on, a lot of you feel a sort of strangeness. And
Mickey Rourke is he can be a very sinister actor too. You'll tell me now he's a charming gentleman.
Yes, they always do. Oh, he's so nice. Well, he is.
Oh, all right,
yes.
Good. But you specialise in the bizarre. You've done a film with your lover as an ape. You've done a film about the transvestite underworld in Holland, and a witch, of course, in the other film. Is this the sort of thing you relish, or is it simply what people offer you?
No, I couldn't. That would be just too easy to say that it's all I am offered. But it just amuses me to play those types of people because I wouldn't dare to be like that in real life. So I like to play out those types of people in fiction. Because it's incredibly rich material for an actor, rather than just playing the nice girl next door.
Do you feel that film directors observe something rather strange in you that suits that kind of role?
I suppose they must have done originally, otherwise it wouldn't have, it wouldn't have connected for so long, because I seem to still be doing it. So I guess at the outset, I gave out something that meant that I wanted perhaps to play those types of roles.
You never minded undressing on the screen either. Those days over?
A little less, because I'm not quite so young.
Terrible scars on your knees, of course.
Terrible scars now on my knees.
What sort of child were you? Were you a wild, strange...
No, very introverted, and I think a lot of actors actually are very introverted people. Quite often, people who you think would be extraordinarily entertaining on screen because they're very entertaining in real life are not so good on screen. And the more introverted ones, somehow, when they're actually either on stage or in front of a screen, something comes out, their secret world comes out.
You were a child of the 60s, of course, and it all burst into this freedom. Do you think now, or in retrospect, that it was as innocent and great as you thought at the time?
At the time it was, quite honestly, because it was something that was extremely new in terms of barriers being broken down, and there were so many of us too, because we were all sort of war babies. So there was an enormous amount of young people at that time, which is not like it is now. And because of this enormous amount of people, we felt that we had tremendous power. I mean, ridiculously so. We felt that we could change things and systems, and in fact, we did to a certain extent. But it was a kind of utopia that doesn't really exist. You know, in reality, it can't quite work that way. And as we saw, it started to turn very sour very quickly.
And some people regard it now as a shameful period.
Yes, yes. Well, a lot of shameful things were done.
Do you think you understand your children any more than your parents understood you?
Yes. I think I do, yes.
Because of that freedom you had?
Yes, I think so. I think that the generation of my generation of the sort of, let's say, the post-war babies, part of the baby boom, we were still very much brought up by parents who hadn't had any kind of freedom, and so brought us up as their parents had brought them up and as their parents had brought them up. And so depending, I suppose, what class child you were and what milieu you were brought up, I was sort of middle-class army family. I was brought up in a very structured, quite rigid framework.
And your husband's a musician, you're an actress. It must be a very, very different life from your childhood.
Very, very different. And I think the main reason why children can be freer is, well, first of all, they have much more connection with the media, much more connection with audiovisual, so they're seeing things constantly. They can see things constantly. They're allowed to watch television, but also people are talking much more together, I think. I hope they are, I think they are, but I think parents talk much more to their children.
And have they inherited any of your talents? Are they musical?
The little one's very musical, yes, David, Jean-Michel's son.
So what's he going to do?
I don't know, but he did whisper into his music teacher's ear the other day. He's learning the flute and the piano. He said, "I want to be a musician, but don't tell Daddy yet."
Oh, shame of it, yes.